Welcome back to the Nova Show Real Estate Records. I am your host for today, Carla Rivera, and today I have a very special guest, Darin Thomas. Not only is Darin a top 500 realtor, he's been recognized for his big accomplishments in our industry, but he has a very interesting life. I can't wait to tell you a little bit more about him and then give him the opportunity to let us know more about him as well. So I will start by saying Darin was born here in the Salt Lake area in Holiday. He went to Skyline High School, headed to Florida State University where he got a bachelor's degree in history and graduated from cum laude. He even wrapped up his studies abroad in Florence, Italy. What? Why not, right? Why not just do it all? So with that, after college, Darin returned to Utah and joined a small construction tech startup. His sharp business instincts quickly elevated him to vice president of sales. So doing things big for Darin just come naturally. Now the largest takeoff in construction software company in the world. And after about a decade in tech, he made a bold leap into real estate. So I'm going to have him tell us a little bit about his life. Darin is married, has 2 sons, dog, and loves to travel. In fact, you've visited quite a few countries, right, Darin? So let me have you tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah. Love to travel. Thanks for having me on the show, by the way.
Yes.
And after going to Italy, doing a study abroad there, I just knew traveling was something that I was going to have be a part of my life. Been to Mexico, studied in Italy, traveled all around Europe, Thailand, Colombia, and a number of countries throughout Europe, and just have fun with it, get with friends, meet people. It's just what I love to do.
I love that. Okay, so tell me about your travels. Were you able to pick up any other languages or what? Tell us more about that.
No, I tried Duolingo and I would last like 2 weeks after I got home.
Okay, but hey, you tried.
I tried. Yeah. No, my little boy's in Spanish immersion.
Yeah,
so
we were talking about that. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's going to be our translator. We go to Mexico quite a bit, so.
Nice. So he's got your back. I love it. Okay, well, I want to rewind a little bit, just kind of to your upbringing, right? You've been here in Utah, grew up in Holiday. I know you've traveled quite a bit, but what was that like?
Growing up in Holiday was great. We came from a small little town in Layton. I moved here when I was 6 years old, and it was great. It wasn't nearly as packed as it is now, but. I liked it. I knew I wanted to get out right after high school. I knew there was a lot more to see out there. So, that's when I made my way down to Florida. Back to you all and went.
Great. So, out of all the places that you've been, what do you think is your favorite?
Let's see. We've recently been going to Ireland, and I think Ireland's probably my favorite place I've ever been to.
Wow. Yeah, I've heard great things about Ireland.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Anywhere you go in the country, it's just
nice,
amazing. The culture, the people, love the people over there. So that's one of my favorite parts about it.
Okay.
And the Guinness, love the Guinness.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, you have to have fun, especially when you're traveling.
Right.
Love it. Okay, well, and then I'm really interested because I know you were being successful in your past career. So what was it that triggered or inspired you to move into real estate? Or can you remember what?
Yeah, I totally remember it.
Let's hear about it.
My friend and I were talking. He used to be a lender, and we were kind of bored with what we'd been doing. We'd been in the construction industry, tech industry for a while. We were never tech guys, more involved in the sales side of things, but we're just getting kind of bored with it. So I wanted to try something new. And he talked about flipping houses. And so we went and looked at a house. I went back to his house afterwards and said, let's do it. So I signed up for my school just right there. And
okay. But with the intention to flip, fix and flip, or did you want to hold it and rent?
We just wanted to fix and flip.
Okay.
That was our initial.
Went head first on the deep end. I love it. Okay. And with your buddy, you said? So you guys did it together?
Yeah, we did it together. He ended up being my lender for the first, about a year.
Nice. Are you still doing flips?
We've never done flip.
Oh, wait. So there's more to the story. Hang on. Let's hear more about this.
Yet to do
So what happened?
So my brother told me about a friend of his who ran a real estate team and said, hey, if you guys aren't going to do the flips, maybe look into this guy. And so I went and met the guy at Top Golf. We really hit it off.
Okay.
And so, yeah, he was like, if you want to come on my real estate team and see if you like it, then come try it out.
Nice. Okay. So I know you're on a team now. Is this where you've been at your whole real estate career?
Yeah, I was on a different team.
Oh, okay. So you had a different one. Got it. Okay. Well, with that, what can you tell us about your first year in real estate? Like maybe some rookie mistakes or some unexpected wins that you were like, wow, that's cool, but I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, for sure. Well, when I first got there, I thought we were going to go out door knocking and like call for sell by owners. I didn't know what I was getting into.
Yeah. I mean, those things do happen. So that's valid.
Yeah. And then a girl on the team said, no, we take Zillow leads. They call in and
okay.
And so a light bulb went on. I was like, oh my gosh, this could be.
Oh, wait, people need me. They'll call me.
Yeah. Like, wow,
twist my arm. That sounds terrible.
Yeah. I was like, that's like the hardest part of this is finding people, I would think, So,
yeah.
So, yeah, when I started doing that, I sold, I think, 37 homes my first year.
Just casually.
Just casually. Yeah. I just loved it. I've seen all different parts of Utah. I'd never really explored. So it was fun to me.
I love it. What do you think is the most rewarding part of it to you when you're helping people navigate through this?
Yeah, it's definitely meeting these people and getting to know them and, becoming like lifelong friends with them. One of my clients, we closed on his house over 2 years ago. I just met him for lunch yesterday. And we're already talking about some fun ventures he's doing with new things I'm doing. But really the most rewarding thing is just helping these guys find a place, they're looking for a home.
Yeah.
Really kind of a struggle and just going through it with them. I love the whole process from the beginning.
Okay. I think, and maybe I'm wrong, but it seems like you have a common, a common gift for life. Like you like to give. I know we were talking earlier and you are just like a giver and care a lot about the people. So
yeah, it's rewarding.
I love it. Yeah, that's the right reason to do something like this.
Yeah.
And I know we hear this all the time. Like you can feel commission breath. You can feel when people are just trying to make money. And not that there's anything wrong with that, right? Like, of course you have to feed your family, but I like that perspective, or even just that what stands out most to you is that you get to connect with people.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people. I mean, closing 36 in your first year is not something everybody gets to say.
Oh my gosh. I think I took like 110 calls.
Oh my God. What?
In 1 month. I just loved it.
That is insane. Yeah. I mean, I've seen you get out of a room to pick up a call. So I know that that's really what's happening. I love it.
Yeah. It's a cool journey. Just go meet these people.
And I guess, would you say that was the unexpected win, is just being able to help so many people, or were there any specific moments that you're like, oh man, that one really stood out to me?
Any specifics I can think of off the top of my head?
Or maybe just like an out of the world scenario you had to deal with and now you can laugh about it. I'm sure those have come up.
Oh my gosh. It's like one of them.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's hear it.
An out of the world scenario. Oh my gosh.
You're like, which one
mind.
of all?
I know. When people ask about doing real estate, I'm like, I don't even know where to begin. It's just so much. One of my first listings, I guess there was meth came back on it.
Okay.
So
it's so common here in Utah, at least is what I've always been told.
Yeah. So that was kind of weird coming up against that. But it wasn't my client. It was the
okay.
looking at. So,
yeah.
But I was like, whoa, and that's when I found out how common it is. Like, wow, 6 houses has it. So
Yeah,
being able
isn't
to
that
help
wild?
people with that too, to know that, because a lot of people wouldn't know that. I didn't know that
Sure.
when I bought a house.
When then all of a sudden it's not a life or death scenario.
Yeah. So, gosh, I'm gonna walk out of this door and think of like so many wild
I know, right?
experiences, but
It's okay. We can circle back to it. Or as we're talking, if you're like, oh my gosh, I remember this, then we can jump into it. But yeah, I'm sure there's many. But the best part is that you're still enjoying it. So
yeah, I still love it. Even all the ups and downs that you go through, the emotions, and you're trying to keep your emotions out of it. Yeah, I love it. I mean, we're investing in our own real estate now.
oh,
So,
good.
yeah.
Okay. So does this mean a fix and flip in the future, or yeah?
Yeah, my view on right now.
Okay,
Yeah.
sweet. Where is it?
We don't know yet. We're looking at Mill Creek Holiday. We have
Okay,
an Airbnb
nice.
in Mill
Which
Creek.
is
So,
where you're familiar, right?
yeah.
I love
and
that.
I think it's a great area to invest in. I think all of Utah really is.
I agree.
Yeah.
But you've known that area, you've grown up in that area, so that's got to be nice.
It's nice, yeah. And that way, we can have our kids nearby. And they'll have a house when they're older that we can give them.
I love that. Okay, this is so cool. I was just talking to somebody else about really what it means to like leave behind a legend for your people, and that hits it right on, right? Like you have something to leave for them outside of course, your memories and things like that. But love it. Okay, you'll have to keep me updated on if you do acquire it and how that process is going.
Yeah, we've got like 28 days.
Okay, sweet. So are you under contract on it then?
No, my wife
Not
sold
yet.
her salon, so we're doing a 1031.
Oh,
so
okay, smart.
They don't give me much time to find the property.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But you're working on it.
We're working.
I love it.
Every
This
day.
is exciting.
Yeah.
This will be a whole new journey
Whole
doing
new
fix
journey.
and
They keep
flip.
coming.
Yeah.
Just keep coming.
Great. Okay, so then I do want to know, because you mentioned you've worked on a different team before, and I know where you're at now, but what do you think are the biggest differences and in where you are, and also why you love it? Like, I understand you love helping people, but what is it about your day-to-day when, you're having these expectations in your team setting and things like that you love?
So more, what do I love about the team, or just
Yeah,
in general?
and just your expectation, right? Because I know you guys operate at a pretty high level, and so maybe you could share some of that with everyone. I think it'd be helpful just to know what's a day in the life of Darin.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the team, the culture. My goal in real estate was, okay, after 3 to 5 years, I'll start my own team.
Okay.
To the first one I got on. But the team I'm on now, I mean, I just love it. There's, you learn so much every time, every day.
Culture is important for sure.
Yeah, big time. So, I mean, I've always just had kind of a process I do. I wake up in the morning. I try to follow this every morning, just do my gratitudes, things I'm thankful for.
I love that.
And then if I really can get into that, I can get just a good vibe going for the day.
Okay. Is that something you've always done, or did that start more when you took off with your real estate career?
I started doing it in 2012.
Okay.
I moved to Texas for a job opportunity, and I was like, what did I do? Why did I just move here? So then I started thinking, like, now I don't have that outlook, have a better outlook. It'll make things easier. So I started doing these morning, just wake up feeling good. And it was life-changing, like big time. It was really good.
I love hearing that. That seems to be a common thing for people that are successful, is staying in a state of gratitude.
Yeah. Someone said one time, if you're in a state of gratitude, that you can't feel fear. And you can't feel worry. And I was like, oh, bingo.
That makes sense. For sure.
So, yeah. So,
cool.
I try. I don't always do it well.
But no, I mean, what? You mean you're human? No.
Weird.
Yeah. Don't give yourself permission to do that. Just kidding. Okay, great. So yeah, that's important. That seems like that's a huge piece of what sets the tone for your day.
Yeah. And then I just get into my process, my follow-up, and then it just gets the ball rolling for the day, and then go work out, try to, and try to stick with that too. But and then I don't know. Yeah, I feel like if you're out there, like, really trying to serve other people and help other people, it's going to make a difference in your life no matter what.
Yeah.
It's
So outside of those leads you're getting, what else are you doing? Like, how are you generating? I know you're closing more than 36 now. So have you, have you been getting like repeat clients at this point in your career? Have you been able to help some of your people that you knew even prior to the industry? And how has that been for you?
Yeah, it's been good. So a lot of past clients are coming back, which is great.
That's the best compliment. Yeah.
It
Love
really
that.
is. Yeah. I think I have 5 listings coming up. They're all past clients. And just
wow.
People I just
yeah. What an incredible way to like give a compliment, right? Like, we trust you so much. Here we go. Like, keep helping us forever.
It does. It means so much. It means a ton. And it makes you feel that. And,
yeah.
Even more grateful to be still doing it.
Love it.
Yeah, it helps you keep going because it gets tough sometimes, for sure.
Yeah. What would you say is maybe the most complicated part of your days?
The roller coaster.
Which roller coaster? Let's talk. Yeah. Talk me through that. If I had no knowledge of real estate, like, how would you describe that?
Well, I'll be sitting there sometimes and I'm like, man, I have nothing to do. Like, what am I going to do? There's nothing going on. Oh my gosh, I'm just sitting here. And then all of a sudden, my phone will just blow up and I'm going 1,000,000 miles per hour.
Oh, yeah. So it's kind of some whiplash action.
It's a roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
That's tough. For me in real estate, it's so up and down. And so I just try to stay humble and stay grateful through it all. And even when the highs are high, it's easy to be grateful sometimes. When they're low, it's a little more challenging, but you got to stick with it. And so,
hey, I mean, it sounds like you're aware of it. So that's good.
Trying.
Yeah.
Try to stick with it. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, well, maybe let's kind of shift gears a little more into your personal setting. I know that real estate can be stressful, of course, and you're traveling a lot. You have a younger child, a teen, pets, your wife. And so how are you navigating through that? How are you balancing? Is your wife in real estate as well? Or tell me a little more about that dynamic.
No, we're like complete opposites.
Oh, okay. Opposites attract. So this is, living proof.
In like every way. Yeah. She's like a handyman. She has a pink tool belt.
Oh, what?
Yeah. She just sold her salon. She's been doing nails, but she's like a jack of all trades. I mean, she's into camping big time. She fixes things up and she's really good at it. Her contractor friends will call on her to get advice.
Oh, wow.
Doing things. I mean, she's
cool. Have you had the opportunity to work together with it?
So that's kind of why we want to do a flip.
Okay.
It's because she can kind of oversee everything.
I love that.
And then I can do the real estate aspect of it. So I think it'd be fun to do a flip. And I kind of think it's something we could get into together.
Yeah, it sounds like it. That's awesome.
Yeah, some common ground. But yeah, she's incredible.
Cool.
Yeah,
okay.
She's doing the mom thing like you. I don't know how you juggle both. She's doing that 24/7. So
yeah, I mean, it's just life, right? Like, what are we can't be like, hey, return to sender. Like, here we are. We're your mom for life.
Yeah, for sure. You guys are amazing.
Oh, that's so sweet. Awesome. Okay, but yeah, so you guys are pretty outdoorsy then. That's cool. We have tons of places here in Utah, so I bet that's fun and gives you a way to connect with clients too, where you can actually speak to those things.
Yeah. They go to a place called Fillmore a lot.
Oh, okay.
What's
out there?
I'm not much of a camper. She likes camping.
Oh, okay. Like, now you're talking my language because I'm more of a glamper. If I'm being completely transparent.
I like the hotels.
I'll go as far as like a trailer, but like it's got running water, that kind of camping.
Exactly. Yeah. She has those. We just bought them.
Nice.
But yeah, they have a group that goes down there. And that's kind of
how fun.
So it's good. But I like going to the lake. I like the water. I like the beach. I've always been kind of that way. And so
I'm assuming, but maybe you can actually just answer this. Have you had the opportunity to help out-of-state clients move into Utah?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. What do you think is the most common thing that's bringing people here?
Oh, I think it's beautiful. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't realize it until I left and came back from Florida. And when I did, I just got back from Italy, which I'd gone to Switzerland.
Wow.
So I'd seen the
So
Alps.
amazing.
And I came back here, it was like, oh my gosh, how did I not see all the beauty when I lived here before? And so
I love that.
when people see it, I mean, I was coming out of Parley's Canyon yesterday and just right around the loop where you see Mount Olympus. And I thought, man, people, when they pull in here, they
fall in love. Yeah.
I mean, it's incredible. So, I think there's a lot of attraction here, strong economy, good people, really good people. People are very approachable here.
I hear that. And I wonder, like, well, dang, how are people everywhere else? Like, they just don't say hello, or what are we even talking about?
Yeah, I don't.
But I keep hearing that people that move here from out of state, they're like, oh, guys, people are friendly in Utah.
Yeah, that's not here too. I know.
You say excuse me and you say hello. Like what?
Doors open.
Yes.
Weird. Yeah. So, and I feel that here too. You know, there was a time I didn't really like living there.
Yeah.
So that's when I ventured out, and then I went to the South, like Florida, the Panhandle. It's more like Lower Alabama.
Okay.
I say, hey y'all.
Yeah. But how was the food out there?
Oh, the food is so good.
I bet.
Oh my gosh, and the seafood.
That's so awesome. I've always thought that you really get to know culture through food. Whether it's in a state, a country, like it's just a really cool way to learn about culture.
Totally is. Yeah. And they're big on food down there. I mean, we had like shrimp boils and crawfish boils. And
yummy.
The tailgating at FSU was incredible.
It
was a lot of things.
Okay. So, I mean, being with the experience you have of traveling to so many places, not just to visit, but actually living in other places, what is it that truly made you come home, like back to Utah?
So it's kind of like I was there in Florida for 5.5 years, finished school, and I felt like I belonged back in Utah.
Okay.
I just needed a break from it. And I came back here, and I'll be honest with you, I moved to Bountiful. It was a big time culture shock coming back here. I didn't like it. So I ended up moving. I joined a startup company while I was back here.
Okay.
But I ended up moving back to Florida, and I vowed I would never come back to Utah again.
Oh, how interesting.
Like the last of it. So, but then I had an opportunity with the startup company to come back about 1.5 years later. And so.
Okay. So it was mostly for work, and then later on you decided you liked it here.
Yeah, exactly. But this time I was like, hey, I'm moving to Sugar House. I'm buying a dog and I'm buying a motorcycle.
Okay.
So all 3 of those.
Nice.
And, I loved it. Met my wife not even a year later, and about a year later.
But then you learned you guys actually grew up kind of together, right?
Yeah,
I know we had talked about that. Yeah, how cool that the world just brings people together.
Yeah. We grew up like 3 blocks away from each other.
Oh my gosh.
We never knew each other.
That's so interesting. Yeah. I always wonder if that happens too with like our work, that we really just get brought to the people that need our service in the moment, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
It's like, nobody else could have done a better job than you with those specific people that you helped.
Yeah. And then the connections you make with them too when you first meet, not all the time, but.
Yeah. Or sometimes it takes a little longer, especially on those in calls you're getting. Like, you're like, hey, I promise I'm here to help. You called me, remember?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Sometimes you're like, oh, am I doing something
Did you
wrong?
dial the wrong number? Yeah. How funny. What has been one of your hardest, or not hardest, but what most common rejections that you feel pretty confident in now? That as it comes up, you're like, okay, I've got this. Like, this is how I respond.
Common rejections is in
like when you're making your calls, or when people call in and they're on the fence and they're like, well, yeah, maybe, but no, like, this is why we won't move.
Well, I remember in the beginning, you're learning a lot, and people are like, is it a good time to buy? And this is during COVID, and I really didn't know what to tell them because I didn't want to be dishonest with them.
Right.
Or misleading.
Or like, well, I don't know your specific circumstances.
Yeah. And so sometimes I was like, maybe it's not the right time to buy for you. But now I look back, I'm like, man, I could have helped so many people. And I just said, Utah's a great place to be. And that's why I say now, I wouldn't try to time the market. I wouldn't worry about the rates. If you can afford something in Utah, and I'm just trying to be helpful here.
Yeah.
I would get something, because there could come a day where it's going to be really tough to get something in Salt Lake City or in the Valley. And it's a great place to live, so I truly believe that. So that's kind of what I tell them now, instead of being like, oh yeah, maybe it's not the right time for you.
That sounds a lot more assertive, for sure, that you're like confident in Utah, confident in the market. So if they can do it, why not?
Yeah.
I like that. I actually haven't heard that before. I mean, of course I hear a lot of things, but not in that delivery. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. What has been, okay, well, hold on. Let me back up. Have you done door knocking?
I have. Yeah.
Okay. What was that experience like? Oh, you can grab a drink. It's okay.
Door knocking is crazy, because it's like a big fear. It's like a big fear. I remember pulling my car up a year ago. I felt like I was kind of struggling in real estate a year ago. And because you have those moments where you're like,
yeah,
oh my gosh, nothing's going right now. So I remember I'd been thinking about it, but I didn't do it. And finally one day I was driving through a neighborhood. I just pulled over and just walked up to a door and knocked on it. I had no idea what I was doing.
Just a random one.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Crazy.
That's brave. Yeah. I'm here for it.
I got like addicted to it. It was crazy. I couldn't stop knocking the doors. I'm just weird like that, I guess.
But okay. So what does that even look like, that interaction? Because you're not in this scenario. You weren't like, okay, I know that they are in a default or anything. You just picked a random day, a random home.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah. I just did it on a whim, just like, hey, do you know anyone looking to sell in this neighborhood?
Okay.
Buyers. It was kind of things I had thought about. Right?
Yeah.
So I didn't have like a script, but I had a little something in the back of my mind that I could say.
Of course.
It was basically like, hey, I have some buyers looking in this neighborhood, which I usually do. In all parts of Salt Lake. And then, a lot of them were like, no, we're good. And then I started passing out flyers and doing that, and put a QR code. And I had one guy call me, and he's like, just so you know, I usually throw these away, but I scan your QR code and read your reviews. And I'm still in touch with them today. It's been over a year. So,
wow.
Yeah. And then I had a really cool story in Park City when I door knocked.
Let's hear it.
Overall. It wasn't like anyone in particular. So I had a client call me or email me, hey, we want this house. It was like $3.6 million, and we want to put an offer on it. I start writing the offer up. It goes under contract. I was like, whoa, how did that just happen?
Oh, no.
So, yeah, I sent him one down the street. It was like 5.3. He was like, no, it's too much. I'd have to get my partner involved. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go. Got off the phone with him. Said, okay, I'm going to go pump a ton of energy into this neighborhood. I'm going to go up there. I'm going to door knock. I'm going to flyers. I'm going to just, this is going to happen. It's going to happen. I felt it.
Yeah, cool.
I think that means something. I don't know. A lot of people think that's crazy.
I love it. I'm here. I think energy's the most real thing we can go off of.
Yeah. And I went and door knocked up there, saw the house I'd sent him. And the next day it dropped $250,000 on the house price. And I sent it to him again.
Nice.
We put an offer on it. We got it. So it all happened in like a matter of 5 days or something.
Yeah. That's awesome.
But I'm a big believer in energy. So I know that sounds cuckoo to people.
No,
that's okay. Everyone's got their own.
For sure. Yeah. But I mean, it's a real thing. You can feel energy even if people are not speaking. You can feel it on your way to doing things, or I guess some of us call it intuition, whatever.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. And I felt
that. I love that. Wow. That's a huge successful moment. Like, what?
Yeah, it was crazy.
You just decided it was going to happen, and it did.
Yeah. I was like, we're getting something up here.
I love it. I'm sure those clients were very happy.
Oh, they were so happy.
Yeah. They're like, you really made it happen.
Yeah. And it was like one of the easiest real estate transactions I've ever done.
Oh my gosh.
The next one was like a sewer line break on the next house. And it was just a nightmare. So I was like,
oh no.
Making up for
getting
paid from the Park City.
So yeah, you had one great one and then one tough one. But that is how it goes, right? Like you just never really know what to expect in your day-to-day.
Yeah.
So also part of what's exciting, I think, in this industry is that you have to be prepared for anything to happen, quite literally. Like anything at all can happen.
Oh my gosh. It's a rush. For sure.
Yeah. So I'm getting kind of the vibe that you are an adrenaline junkie, though. You own a motorcycle.
I did.
Yeah. Okay.
Once we had our kid, I sold it.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, I hear that a lot. That's interesting.
Definitely.
But what else have you done that's super adrenaline-y?
A lot of crazy stuff in my teenage days, and then I went skydiving. That was
Okay,
fun.
yeah.
So,
How long ago did you do that?
That was my senior year of college.
Okay,
We did it down in
nice.
Florida. That was fun. That was something I always wanted to do. I think I'm good doing it just one time.
Are you?
But
Okay.
that was fun. And then
Yeah, I think it's epic. So
it's epic, yeah. And then we were just, I don't know. Like, I'm sure there's a ton of other stuff. I can't think of it on the spot.
right.
But yeah, we've done, I don't know, crazy stuff when we travel, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, that keeps it exciting. So, kind of shifting back and speaking of crazy things, we always hear people saying, oh, interest rates are crazy or Utah market's crazy. I heard it a ton during the pandemic, right? Because it's like, well, this is not sustainable. Its values are going up too fast, too much, da da da. So, what is maybe like the craziest thing that you are hearing right now? And in your opinion, what are you seeing that will actually happen in the market in the next 3 to 5 years? Because you're in it every day, right? So it's probably easier for you to gauge what's actually coming.
Yeah, it's been crazy to gauge the market. COVID,
yeah, I mean, I wish we had a crystal ball, but we don't. Not yet,
right.
anyway.
But we're seeing inventory go up. I think it's higher now than it has been in like 9 years.
Okay.
So I think even though rates are still kind of what people are considering high, which I consider pretty high.
I heard they jumped yesterday again, but you know, that's the story of the game.
Yeah. I look at it, but yeah, I didn't know they just jumped. That's crazy. But again, if you can afford a house in Utah right now or in Salt Lake, even if it's not your dream house,
yeah,
even if it's a condo to start off with, or maybe even a townhome,
still better than not owning real estate.
I think so.
That's
just my
absolutely.
opinion since I've been in it. I mean, I bought my house 12 years ago for $400,000, and it's
okay. It's
and
probably
now if you look at $400,000 homes, single family homes. It's. I think you should just jump on something while you can. Okay. I don't think real estate's ever a bad investment, even if you're underwater for, let's say, 3 or 4 years. As long as you're, and this is what I tell my clients: as long as you don't plan on selling within 5 years, I don't think
you should be okay.
You should be okay, yeah. But if you're looking, to sell in a couple of years, maybe think it through.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. And it sounds like you're pretty clear about it, and your clients probably are feeling that. So they're like, oh, okay, you're not trying to convince me. This is just what you genuinely feel about it.
Yeah. I've been in sales I don't even know how I fell into sales. It just kind of happened. But
yeah,
been in it for all these years, but I've never tried selling anyone on anything. I don't like when people do that to me.
Yeah.
So I don't do it to other people. But yeah, I mean, that's truly what I believe about Utah. This is going to be, and who knows, in 10, 15 years,
right,
home prices could be the same they are in California. Yeah. I don't know for sure, but
I mean, I think we're headed that direction for sure.
It's skyrocketing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, it sounds like you're foreseeing just kind of like a safe, steady market regardless, and would still tell people if you have the opportunity, then jump on it.
And I would, because we're buying.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we're looking for ourselves.
So you're not advising people to do something you yourself wouldn't be comfortable with. That's pretty powerful too.
Yeah. And I think rates will go down eventually.
Yeah.
And when they do, we'll lock that in.
But they always fluctuate and have since the beginning of time.
Exactly. Yeah. They're always going to go up and down, and just like everything else.
Sure.
Just like the stock market.
Well, so is real estate what you're seeing long term for sure? Like, this is end game?
Yeah. I have a cousin he started this Airbnb company, and they bought an Airbnb in St. George years ago. Right?
That's a good place to do that.
Yeah, it's when they were first kind of coming out. And he owns 9 of them now. He's financially free. He has been since, I think, 2015 or something. And he teaches courses on it. And, they started with a classroom of like 30 people, and now they're up to like 5,000 people.
Oh, wow.
So he holds big conventions, and he's done really well. So he helped us with our first one. He's
Nice.
a great guy. And,
So, okay, that's kind of what you're thinking, though, is maybe getting more and more.
that's what I think.
Yeah.
And then we have assets, and we have something for our kids. Like I would have loved for my parents to give me a house.
Right. For sure. Like, please, let's hold everything else. Skip all the birthdays. Just give me real estate. That's the best thing you can gift. I think I heard somewhere women are trading rings now for real estate. It's preferred. Like, don't get me the ring, get me the home.
I love that.
That's a bigger commitment anyway. Or so I hear.
Oh, wow. That's the first time I heard that. I love it.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
No, I mean, for sure, though, it's such a big asset. It's something tangible still, but, so much power behind you when you own properties.
Yeah, I think so. Because even if they go down, you still have a house to live in.
Or I've kind of always liked to see what is the worst case scenario. Like, what is truly the worst thing that could happen? You sell your home, right? Like, if you reach a point or there's a life circumstance or whatever, you always have an option to sell it.
I love that.
Or let's say it doesn't make sense, right? Then there's other options. You rent it out. There's always a solution. And I think that that's why it's so important to work with people like you, where you stay calm and collected and stick to the facts. And it's like, yep, this is just what it is. So let's do it.
Yeah. And I think people know when you're BSing them.
Yeah.
They can feel it, like you were talking about the energy. They know.
They're like, oh, is this just a quick sell? Or, oh, no, you truly feel this way. And that's why you're guiding us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Totally. So.
Well, I know that you also just invest a lot of your time and energy into really staying on top of what it is to service people, but also the market and trends and things like that, right? I mean, I've been there with you at some of these things where you are training multiple times a week and really diving deep into your skill set. So maybe tell me a little about that and how you feel that's changed from like maybe that first call you took to today. If someone were to call you right now, which I'm actually surprised, guys, Darin has not exited the room to pick up a call. Just kidding. You're like, it's on D for a moment.
Right. But yeah, so I mean, you talk about like the first solo call I took to
today. Like when it comes in, it probably feels way different than that first few calls you took, right?
Yeah. I mean, the first few calls I took, I was always really nervous when they were asking me questions. Now it's just kind of, it just flows. I feel like,
Yeah.
I really just try to set the appointment and then meet them. I feel like when I get in front of people, it's more, I can just be more genuine, be more myself, just kind of, and just see what they're looking for and just kind of help them that way. So honestly, I don't spend too much time on the call when it comes in, unless they want to talk.
Yeah.
Then I'll engage. Like if I can tell they're kind of more of like an extrovert
and want to ask lots of questions.
I'll just kind of hang with them.
But it's more your intentions just to be in a face-to-face. It sounds like, oh, let's meet. Let's get
that
this
I like.
going. Yeah.
I mean, there's one guy who called in and he went to FSU. So we both went, so
something to bond on for sure.
Yeah, we've hung out several times since that.
Oh, I love it.
Hasn't got a house yet, but it's all good. He moved to New York and we're still looking.
Oh, dang. Okay. So he will eventually, for sure.
Yeah, they buy a ton of investment properties. I went up to one of his in Ogden.
Oh, cool.
There, yeah. So, but yeah, I just always, when I got into real estate, I was like, hey, I always want to make sure I treat everybody the same. So whether it's a $200,000 lead home they're looking for, or $2 million, just always remember to treat those people.
I love that.
The same. And I don't know. It's just great. I just love it. It keeps my time occupied.
Yeah.
It keeps you grounded, keeps you feeling good. So
great. Well, I love it. I love that you're humble about it as well and like sticking to what's really important, which is people and how you treat them.
Yeah.
So that's very important. Okay. Well, let's kind of future, past and present it all right now. I think if you could give advice, it would not only help like your clients, but also your peers. So if you could talk to yourself back in when you did start your career, what is a piece of advice you would give? Like, what would you have done differently?
I I would just say I'd probably slow down a little bit.
Okay.
'Cause
Well, in what way? Yeah.
I was going a million miles per hour, answering a ton of calls. And there's so much you can learn in real estate. There's just so much.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could ever learn
Everything.
everything.
For sure.
Like,
And there's so many avenues of real estate.
and there's so many avenues. So
Yeah.
I find nowadays when I slow down and look over things more, and whether I'm looking at certain neighborhoods or certain areas, I can be a lot more fruitful to my clients or to new people I'm meeting when I do meet them, because I know a lot more about that area rather than just rushing to the next.
Yeah. So you're
Selling
taking your
next.
time more to be more specific.
Yeah, it's kind of slowed my heart rate down a bit too. So.
Well, that's good. Let's keep you alive. Yeah.
So, but that's, I mean, that would be
Okay.
it probably.
I like that.
Yeah, just kind of read more about, you know, I guess
Yeah.
I read quite a bit when I got into it, but yeah.
Cool. I know you said you do your gratitudes in the morning. Do you read too? Like, is that something that calms?
I do. Yeah. I mean, I'm crazy with reading. I'll read like a couple chapters and then move on to another book.
Yeah.
Unless
Okay.
I'm
I mean,
really
I don't think that's
hyper-engaged.
crazy yet. I understand because I usually read like 2 or 3 at a time.
Oh, I do. That.
I'm like, and maybe an audible too, just for the plot. Like, let's just throw that in there.
I'm doing that right now. It's so funny.
How funny.
Yeah. Think and Grow Rich on Audible. is what I'm
Oh,
listening to
cool.
right
Yeah,
now.
that's
I
a
love
good
that
one.
book. Yeah. And then I'm reading one my client recommended to me about a guy who was communicating with his sister in the
Like
other side of
afterlife?
life.
Oh,
So I've always
okay.
been into
That's
books like that.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, so I've always been into those. So yeah.
Cool.
Just bouncing all around.
Hey, a busy mind has to stay intrigued. So I get it. Cool. Well, hey, I know like you're so busy. So speaking of gratitude, I am super grateful for your time. To me, this is a huge opportunity. I know you get recognition for like hitting numbers and helping all these families, but it's important to me that I know more about you. And I think everyone else is like, heck yeah, like now we know a little bit about Darin. And yeah, so I just want to say thank you for even taking the time to do this. What else? Like anything else that you can think of that you want to say as either advice or just anything really?
Well, thank you for having me on the show.
Of course.
I was like totally stoked when you said
Yay.
that. Nervous too, because I mumble a lot. And I was like,
You
oh,
haven't
I'm
though,
excited.
not even once.
But no, thank you a ton for that.
Yes, it's
recognition.
fun to know more about you.
Yeah, and then I don't know. There's not too much.
I mean,
I
you
love
dropped
helping people.
you dropped
If
great
there's-
simple nuggets, I feel like.
Cool.
Like,
Yeah.
hey, yeah, if you can do it, if you can purchase in today's market, do it. Because
Yeah.
one day you're not going to be able to. So that was a huge one.
And if like agents that hear this want help, like my door's always open. Like I feel like I
thank
should
you.
get back to them too, because I mean, the teams I've been on have helped.
Well, I know a lot of
It's
people look
tough.
up to you in our industry for sure because you are doing things right and you're able to show that, right? There's proof. Like you're having the ability to help tons of people.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that, but yeah, that's great.
Whatever. No, he just nonchalant made top 500. Closed 36 on his first year. No big deal.
I didn't even know what top 500 was.
Oh my
I didn't know
gosh.
that was a thing my
Yes,
first year, and
of
then I made
course
it,
he
and I was
would
like,
say
what
that.
is this?
Not just once, ladies and gentlemen, several times.
It's fun.
That's
It's
actually the best, though, when you really are just doing your thing and then you're like, oh, that's a thing.
fun.
I did it. I love that so much.
Yeah, I was on the cover of that magazine.
I
was like,
know.
oh,
It's sitting
wow,
in
that's
our
pretty
make
cool.
room. I
I'll
was
just-
like, what, Darin? I think I sent you a message that day, right?
Yeah, I
like,
think
hey,
so. Did you?
congrats. You're like, I got so many. I don't know.
They did get one thing wrong about me
Oh,
launching
yeah.
a software company. and
Oh,
that became mine.
okay.
It wasn't. So we started another
Yeah,
software
yeah.
company recently. I joined a startup team.
Okay. Well, hey,
But now I'm a
still.
partner in this new one, so I'm excited about it. But yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's
Congrats.
cool. Thanks.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
really
you're
fun.
just doing so much. But no, you're super cool. And I really appreciate you being here. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. And we will see you next time.
Thanks. Go.
We
hope you enjoyed this episode. Please rate us, like us, and share this podcast with our real estate community. The Nova Show Real Estate Record, sharing raw stories of real estate, failures, lessons, wins, and successes. This is all from Novation Title, bringing a different experience into your world so that we can all uplift each other. Until next time.